Hey folks, this is Jay here from Chandler, Arizona, and let's today in our Gen AI and future of work theme, let's talk about what decisions do CIOs, CTOs, VP of engineering have to make when creating products and services for Gen AI. This is apart from your employees or your customers using tools like Bard or ChatGPT or using prompt engineering to actually use commercially available or open source available models to just use it as end users. On top of it, if you were to make plugins or apps on these Gen AI tools, then what are some of the key decisions they have to make? There are two basic choices when you are about to make a product or service, which is kind of an add-on. It's not available commercially or free in some of these commercial models like ChatGPT. These two models are either you fine tune the model which a company like say Meta or Google or Microsoft gives you. The other option you have is to train your own model. Both these options have its own pros and cons. So let's go over it real quick. When you are talking about fine tuning a model, your starting base is an open source model like Llama from Meta, or commercially available model like from OpenAI or Microsoft to host it. In this option, you can still choose to host these out of the gate models in an on-premise data center depending on how much money you have. This option almost every time is the option most CIOs and CTOs will take, because training your own model with billions of parameters will take millions and millions of dollars. But you could, if you are a company like Google, you could do to create your own differentiation, so to say. So generally, when you are fine tuning your model, it is cheaper, it is faster to implement, so faster to market. The cons is that you cannot change the base parameters. So the billions of parameters it was made, it is what it is, and you are also dependent on the core model. So for example, MedPalm or medical information from Google is different than OpenAI's model. OpenAI's GPT model is different than Llama, which is metadata, which is Meta's model. The other thing is, if you choose a commercially available versus an open source model is always cheaper, but the skill and the talent you need to actually host it and to figure out how it works is kind of on you nowadays, because the skill is not that available. But when you take a commercially available model, you get access to the services from that firm which can help you set up this model and things like that. Second option is to train your own model. You have to have a large budget, $50 million and above, to actually have your own model and train it. This option is taken by very limited amount of people who have the skill and the talent and the budget and a long-term view of how these models will be used for their company. So this option is very limited. My personal advice is, even if you want to train your model, I would create a partnership with a company like Google or Microsoft or Meta to actually do that for you rather than you doing it yourself. In this case, obviously the pro is that you get full flexibility. You can add whatever parameters you want. You cannot, when you are just fine tuning a model. It is from a cons perspective, you need to have skills. It will be very, very expensive, and you need to have time and runway to get Gen AI capabilities out in the market. So once again, to summarize, there are two options: fine tune or train your model. Fine tuning is faster to market, cheaper, and will require lesser resource skills or upskilling. You could always use a commercially available model along with a services agreement to speed your cycle as well. If you want to go open source, then you will need to have the skill set in-house to actually have a know-how of how to set up and go at it. Second option is train the model. It's costlier. You need to have a lot of skill set and you need to have a lot of money. Even in this case, I suggest to create partnerships so that you don't have to do the muscle. The skill, remember, the skills for this is still not widely available. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And let's collaborate on comments. Thank you.